Nothing you say, nothing you do is gonna stop me. Break me down, tear me up, come on and make me bleed. It's gonna take a lot more than you'll ever have. Before you know it, you'll be laid out on your back. In the end, rip the shreds, and I'll be standing over you. This is a war. I might be scarred and battle-torn, but I don't run and hide. It's my pride that says stand up tall and fight. Fight, fight, fight. Never hold back, never a doubt, no hesitation. Throw the pitch, hit the switch, a transformation. So take a shot, take a number, take your place in line. You're gonna fall, you're gonna crumble, just like every time. In the end, rip the shreds, and I'll be standing over you. This is a war. I might be scarred and battle-torn, but I don't run and hide. It's my pride that says stand up tall and fight. Fight, fight, fight. This is a war. This is a war. I might be scarred and battle-torn, but I don't run and hide.
The world's best gather here. XBL baseball starts now.
It's crushed to the moon, and we're tied.
Picks it up on the second, over to first in time for the double play that ends the inning.
That's gone.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Trying to repeat.
It's good!
And Homer to the pen! This game is over!
Oh! Crushed! Left field! Off the pole!
Domingo Bell, deep right center field, carrying, and it's gone.
That was hit hard. Left center field. Did she do it again? To the wall!
Swung on Bell to the deep left field. Is this baby gone? A grand slam!
Champion! The AAA World Series is over. What a line shot!
I can't believe my eyes.
The world's best.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another production here of the Cross-Platform Baseball League. Tonight's an exciting one as we get to go over the Season 19 playoff picture. It's been a long road getting through 7 weeks of regular season in all three leagues, but everyone finished their games pretty much damn near on time, and it's myself and the esteemed AAA aficionado, Mystery Man, Hall of Famer here who get to go over everything with you tonight. So first and foremost, Mystery Man, welcome. How excited are you for this show tonight?
Especially late, there wasn't really a lot of late drama. Everybody got that stuff in there. We ended up with play-ins, which we always are begging for. we finally got a couple of them and good ones. So yeah, no, I'm ready. I'm pumped.
Yeah, fresh off the playing game from the Double A, fresh off the playing game as well from the Triple A. We saw Johnny Caliber get his playoff berth. I did fix those technical difficulties they're pointing out in chat though as well. But we saw Johnny get his playoff berth. We now see the differentiation in the Double A round robin where Malik Dragonborn is in the top 4. Big O Brad gets that 5th seed. He's in the round robin. This is going to be a really, really exciting, bunch of playoff games. Some of them have already gotten started, the AAA and the XBL. The XBL already has a series done, as is tradition. We never quite can get to a playoff preview show without a few people getting some games in. I know we're always eager, including myself. I did play a couple, about less than an hour ago. So as is typical tradition, but, like I wanted to say, I talked to Mystery Man about a little bit, just great job, everybody. I mean, there's a lot of jokes and memes about how much we extend seasons, but again, this is a free-to-play online league where we all simply just show up on a Discord and kind of coordinate at free will. So, the fact that this just works at all is probably something that I think y'all need to take a step back, and we can all really appreciate. In this season, it went really, really well. Everyone did an amazing job. So hats off to that. Little, round of applause. And yeah, without further ado, are you ready to get started, Mystery Man?
I'm ready.
Sweet. So let's go ahead and check out what we've got for you tonight. We've got our standings that we wanted to go over here before we jump into the brackets. That's just a quick flash of the XBL bracket. But yeah, we wanted to look at all 3 leagues in their final standings here in this beautiful graphic that Wishbone's put together for us. You can see in the AA starting off, you got the Tangerines and the Red Ravens, some rookies up there at the top. You've got the Cacti at 3rd, the Dropouts at 4th. Like we said, that's where, things differentiate. And then, just a ton of bird teams there in the middle with BBD following that up, City Walk and Amigos. Joey's making a decent comeback, putting together 9 wins this season. Really not a bad bottom of the AA, all things considered. What do you think of this group, Mystery Man?
Well, yeah, I'm going to go through real quick here. It's almost surprising Mush isn't number 1, had such a good season. The Hollows played really well. Spokes were a slight disappointment, but appear to be on track now. So the Spokes, of course, in the top 5, top 3, top 2. Moon Kingdom always dangerous. The Grandmasters, Black Coffee. It would have been easy to think he might go the way of some other folks that came up with a lot of sound and fury signifying nothing, but the Grands are extremely dangerous. And the Flower Bombs really had a nice season, but I do want to also shout out, even though they're lower in the rankings, Snow and Billy actually played pretty well this season. Ty was a disappointment, which you hate to see, but Snow and Billy were very competitive. And then in the AAA, Heisman, not a huge surprise, but finally putting it together, which we all knew that he could. Hippie's really a quiet 4th place there, ahead of Elron Coin. I mean, 2 weeks ago, nobody would have even dreamed of that. The Motos, doing what they do, kind of, laying low. A little bit of Possum, I think, maybe from the Motos. Who else do we get? The Greats actually had a really nice season, considering they struggled fairly recently, and the Wild Card stepped up a bit. And then Johnny with his finish. So that's it for AAA. I really like Aubrat in the AA. I'm not sure the bat is there, but I really like Aubrat, and he struggled in the AAA, and a lot of times you can drop down and actually do even worse in the AA just because of the ego. So I love seeing the Cacti doing as well as they've done. I think the Wonder Women are extremely dangerous with BBD. Bo Dangle's always dangerous and has no business being that low, and same with Team Enemigos. But it was kind of a weird it was a weird season in AA. I wouldn't have predicted any of this.
Yeah, I think this whole thing's been really turned on its head for the AA when it all comes down to it. You got, Albrat okay, Milik Dragonborn okay, But the two new guys being at the top, you never really expect that. That kind of comes out of nowhere when that happens. And then, yeah, Enemigos, everyone had pinned to finish real high. BBD is a huge coin flip. The dude who can put up 10 or give up 25. So that's going to be an interesting thing to see in the playoffs. I think he'll probably lock in a little bit. And, you have Kawashi playing close games constantly. Double A is an interesting group. Triple A, yeah, like I just thrown a few highlights in there myself. I mean, the fact that Heisman, yeah, he's finally had his due, finishing at number 1. Beating out Matrix, aka Spliff, who's basically held that the entire season, just barely beating him out by virtue of a match of the week. I mean, who schedules those? Flash isn't going to take any credit for that, is he? Probably is. I think he does schedule all of those, so good job by him. Like you said, really quiet Ricks. Quiet third place, too, for the Skull. I mean, if you know Yeezus, if you know the Milks, like, this is seriously nothing out of the ordinary for him to come in and basically just smash his way to third place. It was really quietly done, though. And then that group of us in the middle, like, yeah, you can just kind of shake us up and drop us wherever you want. The playoffs are already getting started up in there, so it's really exciting. Proud of Johnny. Tough season for Rise, tough season for Hate and the Apathetics. And, shout out to Too Easy for coming in late and playing 36 games in less than 30 days. I mean, don't be bemoaning my boy ever for being late on anything. He's probably got himself a couple of seasons of good grace from that. And then, yeah, dude, the XBL. I mean, top XBL at the bottom, like a lot of single-digit wins. We have had plenty of seasons where there's 4 or 5 single-digit win teams, but it always kind of feels like, that's a big feeder area for the top teams. And the top teams did their work this season. There was like not a ton of mercying from Wish and Mama and Mush as a unit, but I think they played a lot of really commanding, baseball that makes you really upset as an opponent. So I think they did their job, putting up 30 W's as at the top. I don't know if there's a season where 3 teams had 30 victories. You're gonna have to go check me on that. Ox, great season. Spaceman is kind of hiding there as like a massive dark horse to repeat. Flash obviously wants a 5th championship, like you said. Moon Kingdom's there. M. Bennings is like the classic M. Bennings 8th type of seed. And yeah, the Grandmasters, Uni and Hummus, kind of cut them any way you want it. I knew Ice was going to be a playoff team. I said it. I said it in chat. You can go find the receipts. And then, we lost my man Ted there on the 1-game playoff, but shout out to Slot for grinding absolutely to get there. So the XBL was really interesting this season too. I think just up and down. You probably could have predicted some of this, but definitely not all of it. So, yeah, with that being said, I think we can now jump into some more predictive type stuff, a little bit of hearsay, as they say. This is the AA bracket that's literally hot off the press. We had the AA play-in finish like 20 minutes before the last AA regular season game. Shout out Joey, thanks for getting that in there with West Blue Marine. Shout out to both you guys for scheduling everything and getting these in before the show. We kind of waited a second and you guys made it happen. So we have a really nice looking top 4. Tangeriners, Red Ravens, Cacti, Dropouts, all waiting for their opponents here on the right. Mystery Man, what do these groups look like to you?
Well, I like the Owls a lot. The offense from the Owls is AAA level for sure. The pitching has been not there. So obviously the Pelicans and the Knights are the major competition. Joey is always dangerous, just as a really dark horse. Can hit the curveball, can kind of explode when you least expect it. Hidden Leaf, I think, has a ways to go, but has actually had not that bad of a season. I'm going to go with the Owls to move into play the Red Ravens, which would be an absolute powder keg of a series. And then on the bottom, I do want to shout out Cookie. Cookie has taken his lumps. And Cookie has really finished strong. So there's another dark horse down there, along with the Sickos. Liberty, a dark horse. I like. It's hard because I like Team Enemigos. I don't know how Team Enemigos finished. That seems impossible to finish as low as they did. I've played Team Enemigos, but same with BBD. So, I love the Penguins, but I don't like them moving forward here. So I'm gonna go with Team Enemigos because I think they're that good.
Okay, so what you got here is you have Odin Owls and Enemigos, and then out of those rest of those teams, 2 other teams are gonna make it, and that's gonna shake out, I think, the seeding matchups here. So can you give me 2 other teams that are gonna finish behind them to get out of the round robin?
I'm gonna go with Bo Dangles and his Knights to move in to play the Tangerines.
Okay.
And then I will go with the Wonder Women to square off with so it's the cacti.
I think you have it right here in the way that you are. It would be reseeded in some way. So you're gonna have to have.
Oh, I see it now. I see it.
Yeah, so like 2v lowest seed still plays the 1. So you're right. So Enemigos is gonna play the Tangeriners. If that's your crew there. And then Wonder Woman's the 8 seed. And then you had the 9 seed in there too, which was the Knights. So then it's gonna go like this. Knights. And then 8 seed plays 3. And then you picked Owls, Bridge Dropouts. Okay, so here's your quarterfinal, Mr. Man.
Okay. I mean, it's going to be hard to beat the Tangerines because I don't think everybody realizes, but the Tangerines can really pitch. So I'm going to go with the Tangerines to move forward there. It's going to be tough, though, if Enemigos gets, some kind of a tailwind can really move forward. I could see that. Dropouts versus Owls. I'm going to go with an upset and pick the Owls to just barely sneak by the drops.
Okay. So you think the 5 beats the 4 there?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Owls to move in against the Tange.
A little bit of Uni of the Week energy there for Big O Brad.
Red Ravens, Knights. I actually think the Knights are dangerous. I'm going to pick the Knights in a major upset to somehow get past the offense of the Ravens.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go with the Wonder Woman. I really want to pick Obrat, but I think the Wonder Woman's offense might actually hold up against Obrat.
Okay, so your semifinals consist of an 8v9 matchup on the right because we're gonna stand BBD, and then we're gonna have Bo Dangles and the Knights get his due. Right. And then you've got on the left side Tangeriners running train, as they probably will, as the Tangeriners. There's some controversy in chat over the pronunciation of this. Tangerines. Tangerines.
So for the
Owls, so the Owls, though, I think also a good shout. Like I said, little Uni of the Week energy.
So for the finals, I'm gonna go Tangeriners against the Wonder Women.
Okay. That would be a really, really interesting final.
And I'm going to take the Tangeriners to win it all because of the pitching. That's where the Wonder Women is a little bit of a question mark.
Yeah, BBD definitely knows how to pipe a few pitches. We've seen that definitely as a result in his regular seasons here with us. But I think this is a really nice bracket you've put together. I mean, there's a few things I might nitpick. Mainly, maybe I think the Knights. I think, like I said, he's good to get his due, but he's up against Prestone, and a renewed Joey. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Prestone come out of that. And I think if we maybe it's time for Joey to really take AA by the horns here. So fingers crossed. And then for Gets things, he's been kind of lamenting his season. He's really just going to be a coin flip. And then in that bottom group, Kawashi is super solid. It's hard to count him out. I think he made a couple good choices. Like, this is a really nice upset bracket that I think could be real for sure. But wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Liberty. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw Kawashi as those two teams that come out of this group as well on a complete.
Even the Buzz.
Yeah,
Vibraphone has
Vibraphone.
massively underachieved. So I mean,
Yeah.
Vibraphone, who knows?
Yeah, he could just wake up and start playing like, a AAA player all of a sudden. So don't count him out either. So this is cool. This is all per show. This is hot off the press too. So this bracket is like, you can hold Mystery Man to it. You cannot. You can say you can agree or disagree with me. But like I said, I think I got, the Liberty and the Penguins making some noise out of that bottom bracket. I think the Sickos, and you're going to want to watch out for the Pelicans in that top bracket. But other than that, AA is pretty wide open as always. That's kind of the Wild West of the XBL. Nice job, everybody. You want to move on to the AAA, sir?
Let's do it.
Cool. So here is the AAA, a 16-team tournament all the way down to the bottom, and the Archers are in there as the 17th seed technically, which is cool because he won that playing game. But we got a little bit of action already with myself and Eduardo getting started today. But other than that, all the seedings have finally locked in. A lot of people have been eager to play. Matrix vs. Wildcards has gotten some heat already. You can already see that Corn's trying to get a hold of No Name. He's just starting to learn what that's going to be like. You've been excited for Skull. The Aces and the Anubis is a huge high-powered matchup. There's a lot of balls are going to be going over the plate in that one. Heisman's playing against Johnny. Heisman's a huge wild card. Hippies versus Automatics, and Help Deskers versus Greats. What do you got as your highlights here? What do you got as some predictions, Mystery Man?
I like the Stars, so the Stars are going to move on over there in the quarters. I think the Archers have already had a great season. Even 2 days ago, it would be unheard of that they would even be here. Are pitching extremely well. I think can pitch closer to the Stars than most people think. I think the bat is where I do know that Heisman can really get that bat going and has an eye, whereas the Archers, I think, a little bit more of a free swinger. And I think that will cost them against an experienced high-end AAA pitcher like the Stars. Motos 2-0. I'm not going to go against the Motos. So the Motos, I think my preseason prediction was that the Motos lose in the first round, but up 2-0, I am not going to. I'm not going to turn coat on the Motos now, especially with Amanda doing what Amanda does. So Motos move forward. Hippies Automatics. Simon is extremely dangerous. I like Simon's offense against the Hippies. The only thing is the Hippies are so clever and they can get out of so many jams. I don't think Simon has ever faced this kind of a risk-averse pitcher that the Hippies can throw out there. So I'm going to go with the Hippies, who have had a nice season, but I do love Simon. Greats Deskers.
Did we lose him?
God, yeah, I'm here. It's a tough one.
Yeah, he's thinking.
I don't like the way the Deskers are playing right now. I'm gonna go the Greats.
Yeah. Ooh, wow, that's spicy. I was getting ready to put that in my back pocket as one that I would argue with you if you had picked the Deskers there, because I got a little bit of OG Stan going on for
Exactly.
my man Alex. So there's an XBL championship in this bracket hiding in there, So
Yeah, and then on the right, I do love the cards, but you just can't bet against the Matrix here in the first round. You just can't.
Not
So
yet.
the Matrix move forward. Season Bandits. No name is due. He got whacked on Match of the Week by myself, but we know that when he's on his game, I would have gotten crushed. So let's go with the Bandits to finally pull it together here, as we know he can. Even this season, we've seen him win some great games. I do like the Wolves, but the Bandits are due for some kind of noise. Lechero's missed is 50-50. It's going to be 12-10. It's going to be 8-16. I'm gonna go with myself there, which I actually
yeah.
was like leaning toward the Milks, but I'm gonna go with myself because I think in the end, my bullpen is going to bail me out.
Okay, the
Aces
bullpen. Okay.
the bullpen. Yeah, I mean the Lecheros,
Bullpen.
they don't really focus on pitching, so I'm not exactly sure.
That's fair.
They kind of just throw whatever out there and
And you
pray.
do hit, when you hit the ball, you can hit it kind of far. So
And then the Aces Anubis is it. That's a really tough one because I love the way Cody is surging, and I'm not wild about the Aces pitching. The only thing is, the Aces are just so dangerous on offense. I'm gonna. This is the worst one. I'll go the Aces because I can't see the Aces. He should almost already be an XBL with his bat, so I'm gonna go with the Aces. But I really like Cody. And then going back to the left side, I'm going to go with the Stars because of the pitching.
it's tough pitching.
I do like the Motos, but I'm going to be rooting for the Motos, but nothing against the Stars. I think the Stars can, sneak through there. And then Hippies, great. I think the Hippies because I don't think the greats can hit the Hippies.
It's fair. That's definitely a fair assessment on the left side. What do you think about your right side quarterfinal?
Matrix is not going to lose to the Bandits, so Matrix moves forward.
Okay.
I'm going to move myself forward because
This is getting spicy.
I really respect the Aces, but I feel good against anybody that's not really a high-end pitcher. I'd rather face the Aces or the Milks rather than the Hippies, the Stars, the Matrix. So only because of that, obviously he can hit better than me, but I think I can possibly have my bullpen bail me out again. Stars have a better offense than the Hippies, so I'm going to go with the Stars in the finals. And then I'm going to go with the Matrix because the Matrix has been just holding me to 0 in scrim after scrim. So it's going to be the Matrix and the Stars, which is the 1 and 2C, which I was not planning on saying that, but that's just what it is.
Okay. I mean, that's definitely fair.
Right. And then if you throw the Stars against the Matrix, this is absolutely 50-50. I think the Matrix have slightly better pitching. I think the Stars have a far better eye, but are not necessarily more dangerous. I'm going to go with the Matrix because of that. I think their batting, even though it's sort of different, I think the Matrix just have a slightly better pitching. So I'm going to go with the Matrix.
Yeah, not a humongous amount to pick on there, especially, if you get yourself to a 1v2 kind of inadvertently as you move through the bracket. I mean, I would definitely think that that's the toughest matchup for me to pull is the Stars. I don't, fully expect Johnny to beat him, but Heisman can go cold. But playing him is going to be really, really hard. I do expect to beat him in, 7 games, 5 games? Oh, it's best of 5. So that'll be really interesting. But yeah, Hippies versus Greats. Like I said, I would have called out Alec as an upset there, but the Help Deskers have just as much potential to make that a 4v5 series. Simon, not to be discounted. He's been working really hard, I think, in the background. He's kind of been in the zero gravity chamber, making himself known that he's been practicing. So I wouldn't be surprised if Simon does surprise Ricks. But I think that's like a 70-30 type shot type thing.
Right.
So, getting all the way to Stars Hippie is pretty logical. But I still deep down, don't think anyone on the left side could beat me in, 5 or 7 games when it comes down to it. Like 2 games is one thing. Playing in 5 is a totally different thing, as you saw versus Eduardo earlier. I mean, Eduardo mercied me in the match of the week. Didn't really feel like that was even close to on the table in a game like today, but he's going to come back from vacation and we're going to get post-vacation Ed. So we might be looking into a series that gets flipped on its head. And 8v9 is always close. So you really never know. And I wouldn't be mad if I lost to somebody like Eduardo, a good pal in the league. So really exciting just to be in a bracket that's that crowded on the left side. And then your right side callouts are all really good. I love how you're just being a homer. The Lecheros can totally bang. So just be ready, dude. You just got to be ready for him to hit. I mean, you're in a group of people. You have like a 3-person group around you that I just would not want to be around, like as a group.
It's a batting cage.
Yeah, it's like a batting. It's like all 3 people who just hit the ball really far and score a lot of runs. And you're in that group as well when you're on top of it. Like you beat me this season, swept me by scoring a ton of homers, hitting the crap out of the ball. So really interesting there. Where on the flip side of the top of the bracket, it's a little bit more crafty. I mean, the Matrix are going to be the favorite all the way through. The wild card's going to have a really tough time. Silly Power Rangers improved so much that Spliff's offense could easily go dry against someone like Silly. But Silly's going to have to do his own work. Like if you can hold Spliff, then you have to do your own work and score against Spliff. So we'll see how that actually starts out. Like I said, the Seawolves are set up to be punished by No Name right now. I fully believe that. I wouldn't be upset if I was proven wrong, just so that I never have to eventually see him in like something like a AAA World Series. That would be my worst nightmare. But Corn's really good. Corn's a really crafty player. He's probably the most balanced player in the whole group. So he's been really
Corn is hard to play. He's hard to play.
Yeah, he's been really an eye-opening type. I was like, oh, there's still players that are like this out there, that are this, just tough, that are just this gritty to beat. Kind of just makes you play to their level anytime you step into the field with them. So really interesting to see him versus No Name. Like I said, it's already hitting him up. I don't know if he DM'd him or not. You're gonna have to try and do anything you can to get a hold of No Name. We know how that gets, but really cool bracket mystery, man. I think Matrix coming out on top is a solid prediction with the Stars there at number 1. But we're gonna have to see how it all plays out. We've already got a little bit in progress. The XBL playoffs now, eh? What do you think of this group? Man, we already had Ox beat up on Burning Ice, so he's moved himself into the quarters. So he's in there with the Astronauts and the Civilization. We got 3 players in the quarters. Spokesman ahead of the Flower Bombs 2-0 already as well. Series not in progress though. An 8v9 between M. Bennings and Black Coffee. That's a really interesting matchup. Then you got a 7v10. Uni's got the Moon Kingdom. Uni might be ready to surprise himself in that one. And then we've got the Curse and the Habaneros, who, there's lots of pressure off of playing, sweating, has to show up and fight the Curse. Good luck. And the Flashertons and the Stags. I mean, if you're a Season 1 OG fan, there's probably about 3 of us, and 2 of them are playing in this series. You're super hype about this one. 6v11 right there.
Yeah. So let's go to the left side. I like the Grands over the Dog Pound. The one thing here, Dwayne, is that the Grandmasters have struggled against extreme high-end pitching, but I do think the Grandmasters offense on the whole is a lot better than the Pound. Now the Pound does have better pitching, but not by so much. Coffee is a gamer. He doesn't get flustered by somebody like the Pound that can just continue to just destroy your will with corner pitches. He'll just keep digging in and waiting for his pitch. So I'm going to go with the Grands there. Obviously, the Holograms moved on in a series against the Gex. It started out extremely competitive. The Holograms showed their XBL pedigree and kind of pulled away there. But, the Gex actually had a pretty good season. Flower Bomb's down 2-0. I'm going to go with the Spokes. That's going to be an excellent matchup if it does take place. But shout out to the Flower Bombs. Great season. Regardless of what happens, there could still come back. Flower Bombs are very dangerous. Civs get the bye. I'm gonna go with Moon Kingdom over Uni because I think Uni's pitching style is not going to work against Moon Kingdom, and Moon Kingdom is even better than the standings. The only reason Moon Kingdom is even where they are is because some of these players have had a lot of experience against Moon Kingdom, which I'm not exactly sure Uni has had. So that's gonna turn ugly against, I think, the Unicorns, sadly. But the Unicorns also a shout out, fantastic season, really looking good. You know, could upset there. I'm not saying they can't at all. Uni can beat anybody. Curse over the Hobbs for sure, just because the Curse are playing at a totally different level. But Zlat has had an absolutely great season, and to win that epic play-in, really a big shout out to Zlat. Pitched his buns off, not the best offense. Flasherton's over the Stags. Now the Stags are extremely dangerous and can hit the long ball much as Flash can, but I think Flash just a little bit better than the Stags. Flash is someone who could, make the final, certainly. Stags, I wouldn't quite put them there, but certainly could beat anybody in a short series. So then back to the left side. I mean, we're not going to bet against the Astros. So the Astros move on. The question is Hollows versus Spokes, and I actually think the Hollows move on here because of the pitching. I do think the Spokes, as great as they are and as great as the offense is, I think their kryptonite is really, really smart pitching. Just from playing the Spokes myself, like when I feel like I'm pitching great, I can actually hold the Spokesman down, even though I'm not even remotely at his level. But as soon as my pitching slips, the wheels just completely come off. So I think the Hollows can maybe hold that together. I'll go with the Civs over Moon Kingdom. That's a terrible matchup for the Moonies based on pitching style and the talent of Mama being what it is. Curse Flashertons is actually a lot more interesting. Well, I guess everybody would think it was interesting, but the Curse are playing out of their mind and could still, I think, easily lose to the Flashertons because of the power differential. The pitching style is kind of similar. I think Mush is a little bit more accurate, and that's saying a lot because Flash is quite accurate. I'll go with the Curse there. I'll go with the Curse there. And then on the left side, the Astros have been kryptonite to people like the Holograms and the Civilization and basically everybody. So I'm going to go with the Astros in the final, still looking to get that first championship. Beating the best of the best just to get there. I like the Curse over the Civs only because, much like I said, the Civs were a bad matchup for Moon Kingdom. I think the Curse is a bad matchup for the Civs. And there's only like 2 bad matchups for the Civs in the entire world. But I'll go with the Curse there. And then, Astronauts Curse would be a coin flip. I'm going to go with the Curse just because they won't give up a freaking home run no matter what. And Astros would need that.
Fair. I think very educated assessment here. Save the upset for the semis and the very end there with Curse kind of making their way through. But Mush has had, like I said, he's playing out of his mind. I mean, the dude's so tough to play. I can't believe, many seasons ago I beat him in that AAA. Because exactly. I think if I got a second chance, there's no way on God's green earth, if we repeated that would happen. So you picked some interesting stuff here. A couple things I'm going to highlight. Your bottom left is kind of already spoken for. It's tough to pull anything out of there. Black Coffee is a good shout out over M. Bennings, but M. Bennings has that dog pound experience. He has
that dog in him.
Yeah, he's got the dog in him, and the Grandmasters are going to have to go to the dog pound as the home field. Right. So we'll see how that plays. Universe, the Moon Kingdom, tough to not pick Pizza there, but Pizza's a player I've beaten in the playoffs. And just for the meme, like, Uni wants to act like he's better than me, but he's really just as good as I've ever been. And he's never quite been better than that. And so if his saga is following the same as mine, he should beat the Moon Kingdom in the playoffs and then immediately lose to the next team. So we'll see what Uni does. I'm rooting for him there, but then he'll lose to the Civs, probably. Right. Flash versus Stags, that's a huge wild card. That's one that could go 5 games, and that's going to be like, if that goes 5 games, Flash isn't going to like it. Right. And then that means, you know, it's all about how Hummus plays game 5. Hummus has been in a lot of really heartbreaking game 5s before. I was on the winning end of one of them in the past, and I think I was on the losing end of one of them in the past. So he should just really lock in. Just do his best against Flash, because if he gets into the XBL quarterfinals, anything can happen. The Stags are so overdue for a long run. You know, season 4 was a long time ago when we saw the thick beards, or whoever, whatever the team design was. It might have been them in the semis. So we'll see what happens on the right side. I think you made some really good call outs. The Astronauts, I think, are well overdue for a championship, but Mush is going to be the player you have to go through, even though he's that 3rd seed. So XBL, really exciting this season. It's always cool when you see players who are likely to get their first championship as well in the mix. Don't forget Spokesman, though. Don't forget Spaceman's there. He could just simply wake up one day and just destroy everyone like he did before. So cool stuff.
Yeah. Just one real quick thing, Dwayne, because you kind of alluded to this with your recent comments. The Stags are one team that I actually think if the Stags did get through the Flash returns, I think the Stags could beat the Curse just because of the pitching style. I don't think that's necessarily going to bother the Stags. So, I don't think the Stags will get through the Flash, but if they do, that Curse, assuming the Curse even get through, but if it was the Curse Stags, that would be a dynamite series.
There's many, dead men on the side of the road who have underestimated No Hummus. That's the only way I could put it. You know what I mean? Like, he has been underestimated time and time again, and he has shown that he is not someone to be trifled with. So we have a really, really loaded group of players, top to bottom, AA to AAA to XBL. Everyone's done a really good job this season getting these games in to give us these brackets to talk about, to get to speculate on. It's going to be really fun. You can hold us to this stuff. You can roast us later. We love that. So really, really exciting. Mystery Man, I think we got a few more things up our sleeves. You want to go over some plays of the year?
Let's do it, man.
Sweet. Let me give you my old switcheroo. I gotta give Mystery Man my screen real quick on the stream, and we're gonna check out some plays of the year. This one in particular is the... Ooh. That's not it. It's this one. There we go. So this is Lecheros, Anubis, Cody, making a big play. You picked this one, Mystery Man. Look at that -99 throw. Love that. Still makes a double play.
Yeah, Cody known for his bat, but he totally colonialed. I mean, off the bat, this ball is long gone, especially knowing Yeezus.
Yeah,
but
and
it's not happening.
It's right in that spot where it gets tricky. The spot where it's like almost like he almost saved it from going over the short wall too. I think it was going to hit the high wall, but it's literally only a foot from hitting the short wall. Since I always do -99 throw, I gotta have to work on that. Mystery Man, what do we got here? We got you versus old Yeezus.
Yeah, I didn't like her control here. I was scared to death of Yeezus. I knew one pitch. Shit.
That noise sucks. That's the worst noise. When you're a pitcher and you hear that zippy little home run noise, and he just hit a granny on you. Oh god, that's so bad. Tie game.
Oh, that was absolutely death.
What a huge play from you. I mean, this is why he's in 3rd place, though. I mean, the dude is so quietly violent and dangerous. I'm going to see it one more time. What was it, a hanging curveball? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I was begging for it to be high enough. I was begging for it, but it really wasn't.
He timed it so well, too. Curveballs are tough to time sometimes. Nice play.
I love Yeezus, so I don't mind him getting that, but especially after getting dogged in the first game. But I knew he was like, even when I was up like 15 runs in game one, I was like gripping my frickin' seat. You know what I mean? Like he's just,
Believe it.
you can't throw anything up there.
Believe it. The bullpen, man. They're going to save you, though. This is a classic.
They are.
Speaking of Hummus versus Flash, this is the type of stuff that can only happen to No Hummus. Where we get him taking a couple pitches here. 103 from Willie Quick. Pops it up behind second. There's one. There's two. And don't tell me he's got time to get three. Yup. Hooked.
Yeah, that was pretty much game there, to be honest. This is a first round matchup. You can see that there's not that much separation.
Yeah, I mean, one swing here, one bad pitch, and Hummus has a tie game on his hands. But instead, this is a triple play that we're talking about on the playoff preview show with the plays of the year. So, tough breaks for our man Hummus. Not the first AAA or triple play, excuse me, that he's been a part of. You know, the other one was immortalized in the original trailer. So, tough breaks for our homie. Yeah, now we got a couple other plays to go over. Let's go check out on the flip side onto Twitch. We got some plays highlighted by Mystery Man over here. This is from a game early in the season between me and Julio. I remember this very well because I was crapping my pants.
Well, this was insane.
No
A
shit.
red pitch.
No way.
Oh.
Man. Oh my.
And this is all in, you know, in the midst of the big defense allegations. It was pretty good. That's probably one of my favorite plays I've ever made. I mean, geez. Thanks for picking this one. This was a fun
Get what
play.
you pay for.
Yeah, if that ball goes
I
through
did say
everything,
that on
falls
purpose.
apart.
I did say that too. You get what you pay for, but the defense, you know, I had to say some shit like that because I always can't shut up. But that was a red
It was
pitch.
No shit.
It was 5-bar
No way.
defense from Andy.
Oh man. Oh my.
I was literally jazzed off that. Good stuff. Let's go check out what we got next. So this is just as much as you make me happy, you're gonna equally humiliate me here. Let's see it.
Good steal.
Stole third. Nice. Good on you.
45 speed.
Infield's in like I should. Fucked it up.
Oh, he
Fucked
still
it.
got me. He like double diddled me. Damn it. I should have ran out of harder.
Terrible.
That's my fault. Good for him.
Double
though.
diddled.
No named.
Even now, you can hear me reliving it now because I just cursed on the stream. Like, I can't believe I fell for that.
Good steal.
Right.
That's some crap I would do. 110 out of 10 times I would do this. I've done this to people on PR so many times they just quit. That's the whole point,
Oh,
though.
he still got me. He like double diddled me. Damn it. I should have ran
Stealing
out of
with
harder.
20 speed is
That's my
crazy,
fault.
said Simon in the chat. Hey man, it works.
Good for him,
I'm a big proponent of low speed steals. What do we got here, Mystery
Absolutely.
Man? This is citrus magic.
Oh, this is nice. He goes.
Ooh,
Oh.
down to second. He took the long throw. He didn't need to go for the long throw. Holy shit, maybe he did though.
He iced the ice birds.
Nice play. Poor Kawashi, he thought he had it.
Good double A highlight there.
He really thought he had it. Poor Kawashi there. This is shallow goated. Oh man, let's see what this is.
Oh, shallow always goaded. Ox always says it.
Get another hit. Can you do it again?
Mama shallow on him here.
Put a team on your back, kid.
Put the team on
Ox
your back.
loves that shallow. He loves
Do
that
it again,
shallow.
let's
Wait, does he
go!
love that shallow?
No! No! What a play!
Not so much.
Oh, he got
Oh,
bit.
blinkers got me.
You almost have to hear the commentary there, man. The commentary is so
Can you get another
great.
hit?
Ox
do
was a
it
good sport
again.
here, believe it or not. Getting clowned here by
Put
Mama.
a team on your back, kid.
You can put your team on your back. He thinks he gets it.
Do it again! Let's go! No! No! What a
Perfect.
play! Oh, blinkers got me.
Then we're on to the next play, which is going to be from Moon Kingdom and Grandmasters.
This is fun.
This is a play. Oh, we crushed this.
The quintessential Moon Kingdom player, Sailor Moon.
Wow, amazing.
Watch your kicks go flying in the air here as this ball goes out and she just completely lays out.
Coffee can't hit it any harder than that. That's an insane catch. Let's see it one more time.
Yeah, you don't usually see those at Packers because it's so short. Usually the ball can't be hit hard enough to even have that play.
Good job by Coffee, or excuse me, Nicole. Good job by Coffee for the contact, but Pizza, honestly, getting a big reputation for outfield defense. I remember this one, All Rise. This is a beautiful home run between.
Oh, this is great.
This is Rise and Simon here. Rise at the plate. You know, at this point in the season, he's starving for wins.
Oh yeah.
Let's say it.
He's complaining about ego, but
wow.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Love to hear that ding, Dwayne.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. Like, I've seen some insane home runs in clutch moments hit the foul pole, but never anything like that.
Like, that was just oh my God! And it's actually hitting the wall at the same time, like simultaneous. That's just whoever built that stadium knew what they were doing. And it's Vinny Vortex, not even any power. He's just gonna swing it anyways.
Sprinter. He didn't need to sprint. He just dropped.
He just wants his one home run for the year. Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
Rides' reaction so good. He's like, oh my God. My man. Well deserved. And now this is the play the other day from the play-in, and we got this one in full here. All the drama leading up to Zlatanimo's dramatic.
Yeah, this if anybody saw this live, I mean, even this right here, everybody thought this ball was gone. Everybody watching, and it hits off the frickin' wall. That's the only deep spot in blue sky. And at this point you think, oh shoot, good try, Zlat. You know, golf clap. You gave it your best.
Yep, there's one out. Ted's just got to do his work. I mean, you know, he's got the closing pitcher on the mound. Closing pitchers are always dangerous.
Yeah, he's got sub in there. He's ready.
He's thinking, you can tell. Ooh.
Oh, no. Good outside pitch, too.
I couldn't believe, I just thought, I was like, no way, don't get, because, you know, I was rooting for my man Ted in this moment. I was just like, don't, and it did. And Zlat's fired up after that. That's amazing.
That was probably the best. I would assume that's the best play-in ever by far.
By far.
I can't believe that didn't go out. I'm still thinking the ball is going to go out.
I know that one was crushed, and Zlat, you know the way his season's been going, he's crushed one ball. He doesn't think he's going to get to crush another in the same inning. Just hasn't been going that way for him. You know what I mean? But
yeah, the worst thing that can happen for somebody who doesn't typically, you know, excel at offense is to have that happen, and you just figure it's dead just because, you know, you gave it your shot, you know. But Zlat just digs into the batter's box here and says, "I'm not quitting."
2 strikes too, crushed. Well deserved. A walk-off home run for play of the season. I like it.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that.
But yeah, man. With that being said, that's all the content we've got for the evening. Did you enjoy it? Did you have a good time? Do you feel as if we've sufficiently previewed the playoffs in a way that is going to go in the exact opposite? Because that's how I feel.
Pretty much, yeah. Mixed milks will sweep me. Spliffy will go down in the first round. Motos will will probably
lose the Heisman. Yeah.
No, beat Heisman, get to the finals, and then the final winner is going to be Cody.
Okay, I'll take it. I mean, you know what? With the way this league goes, we got the Tangeriners, we got the Red Ravens, an equal chance coin flip to win the AA. We've got XBL all over the place, really. I mean, Mush could win it.
Oh, he still got me.
As
Like,
well as
double-diddled me.
Wish could win it, as well as Flash could win it, as well as Mama could finally win it. So many people have it. Yep, the spokes can come back and double up. Everyone's got a claim. Everyone's got something to go for here. So it was a lot of fun, Mystery Man. You got anything before we go?
No, just PM your buddies, whoever you're matched up with, get rolling. Because I think even the first round is best of 5, so it does take a little bit of time to play.
Do it again, let's go!
But it seems like people are already digging in there, so I'm pretty confident that it's going to be a fantastic playoff for sure. And we will be casting, I think, usually semifinals on, at least in the top league, maybe possibly down to AAA and depending. But been a fun season. Just these highlights are just crazy. A lot of the matches are 50-50, so it's going to be fun.
For sure. It was a really good time to get to cast it with you, Mystery Man. All well said. Everybody get those games in. Let's enjoy this action. And we'll be back later this week for the award show. So stay tuned for that. Long Ballos, Von Asens, and all that good stuff. Everybody have a safe and pleasant Monday. Catch you next time.